So tell me about a specific memory of July 4th.
My memory of July 4th is from July 4th, 1976. I was 12 years old. My family were Canadian, but we lived in Panama and attended the American schools in the Canal Zone. My sister was 16 and had somehow become a member of the Sea Scouts of Panama Canal Zone and had helped refurbish a small schooner that was donated to Sea Scouts to participate in Op Sail 76, which was this incredible gathering of all the tall ships from all over the world, the beautiful schooners with sails and masts and all of this lore from the past. All the tall ships had been invited to sail in a race to celebrate the bicentennial from, I believe it was from Bermuda to New York City. So my sister sailed in that race. She was 16 years old, and my family flew to New York to see her arrive, to see her ship sail into New York Harbor, and to celebrate the bicentennial. And I will never forget it as long as I live. It was my first trip to New York City, and we got to see the tall ship's crews be feted in a ticker tape parade on Wall Street, the Canyon of Heroes as they call it. And it was just an incredible experience being at that parade, seeing the ticker tape in the air. It was absolutely electric. And my sister, we saw her, she was carrying her little Canadian and American flags because her crew were international, being from Panama. And I just remember the whole day just being a dream, and the sense that New York was welcoming the world to celebrate with it, to celebrate the bicentennial, and everyone was welcome, and it was just the most memorable day possibly of my entire life.
I was in the Navy in the Pacific, and I was on a little ship called a Minesweeper, about 110 feet long, made out of wood. And we encountered a typhoon. And a typhoon is the same thing as what you call a hurricane in the U.S. Typhoon means big wind. And the waves are so high, I would look up and they were 20 feet above the little ship.
And you were on this boat?
Yes, and then we had an open bridge, except open bridge is where you stand up there and you give rudder commands and everything. And we had a canvas top, and that was it. And the radar was there, and there's water about that deep on the deck. And of course, you had this electrical equipment, and I thought I was going to die, literally. Okay, either from the water, the waves, or being electrocuted from all the electrical equipment on that salt water on the deck.
And that was July 4th.
Yeah, it was a wake-up call, and it reminded me of the story of John Newton, the slave trader. What caused his conversion was an encounter with a hurricane in the North Atlantic. And he eventually became, as you know, an Anglican minister, who then composed the great song Amazing Grace.
That's great. Thank you for sharing that.
I remember a story from long ago when I was about 15 years old, so that's very long ago. We had a big parade in Lakeville, and we had a fair in Community Field with a Ferris wheel and rides and all that kind of thing. And in the parade, a friend and I took my aunt's horse and hitched him to a beautiful buggy, and we led the parade. But we didn't actually lead it, the firemen led it, but we were in the parade. And I can't remember where it started, but we had to climb up the hill right near where they're putting in a new housing development, and I thought the horse was not going to make it, but it was so exciting and so much fun. And I was about 15 years old, and my friend and I were dressed in antique long dresses and hats with feathers and all this. So it was very exciting. We also went down to Community Field. There was a big fair all day long, and at night we had big fireworks right next to the oil tanks from the community service hardware store. And fortunately, we were all safe, and it was terrific.
Wonderful.
Anyway, that was a big day at that time.
That's wonderful.
I love 4th of July. I've always loved it. We have a great parade. We don't have a great parade. We have a big party now at the lake in Lakeville. And David Beersdorfer just adored it. And we started the boat parade that was there. And we didn't have a boat at the time, but we took inner tubes and kind of tied them together. And we had maybe 3 other guys and lots of kids.
Thank you very much.
Those are my stories.
Thanks so much.